Hi, welcome back to the channel. Week 21, second to last simulation, my last simulation before Memphis, and I'm stuck inside.
You're going in! 3, 2, 1, go!
So you're joining me on Thursday, which is the day I'm planning on doing 23 miles, and yes, that's a treadmill. Obviously the first 2 days of simulation where it's just walking, and I usually get up early, been doing that on the treadmill, but we had this like crazy cold front come in and it's pretty cold outside, and I am just not in the mood to get sick and breathe all that cold air. So my run buddy and I came up with a plan. I'm gonna get a good amount of miles in on the treadmill just here, and then she's gonna join me once she gets off work, and it's gonna be a little bit warmer. The only problem is that it might be a little windy, which kind of negates the whole warmer thing because it's gonna be a cold wind. But we'll see. I'll throw in some pictures from my day 1 and day 2 simulation. Felt fine, everything's feeling good. But of course that was just 4 miles and 10 miles, and now we have 23. So yeah, there won't be a whole lot during this first majority chunk of the 23, because it's on a treadmill and that's kind of boring, but I'll check in every so often.
Alright, sorry for the annoying treadmill noise. We'll live 8 miles in. The only downside to doing this inside, yes, I'm out of the cold and breathing that cold air, but it's hot in here, and our heat is on in the house because it's cold outside. So, this is pretty much miserable. Alright, we got 15 done. Now I'm just gonna balloon lady walk a couple of miles until it's time for me to go meet Emily to decrease the amount I gotta do outside. Wow, this is awful. But I will be so glad when it's done, I tell you what.
Alright, 5 miles left, waiting for Emily. The temperature says 49, but we still got that stupid cold breeze that came, so hopefully I'm wearing enough clothing. Because I did get, obviously very sweaty, and I don't want to get chilled and sick, because that was sort of the point of not running outside for the majority of this, so. At least we're at the end of training, and, I can, get this done, put it behind me, and hope that Memphis isn't cold. I do think, that when it comes to that simulation that will be the Memphis race, I might have to, do my training plan my way and not do, I think it's 5, 12, and then 26. I'm thinking what I might do is do 5 miles the night before we drive to Memphis, which will be Wednesday evening. Thursday evening, once we get to the hotel, I'll do the 12 in their workout area, and that'll give me about 36 hours to recover before the 26, because I really would like to try to still make my time goal if I can. So, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta change things, I guess. Alright, wait for Emily.
Say hi, Emily.
Hi! I'm so proud of Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Doing great.
Alright, coming at you on a Sunday in my lounging sweatshirt and just ponytail and very chill. So it's been several days since the 23 miles. Did that on Thursday. Friday did absolutely nothing except go see Wicked, which was amazing. Go see it. unless you don't like musicals, then you probably won't like it, but it was really good. And so that was Friday, and I got like all the snacks while I was at the theater. It was good. And Saturday I just did a brisk walk on my treadmill for 30 minutes, and it felt good. I really haven't felt sore, or, you know, I felt tired, of course, but no like extreme soreness, which is, I think, great. I don't know if some of that has to do with the majority of the 23 being done on treadmill and not outside where you've got hills and such, you know. Now, I will say that even though it was just 5 miles that I did outside, I'm thinking it was a good call to do it the way I did it, because just that 5 miles, I woke up Friday and it was all my sinuses are, you know, just not liking the dry weather. I am not a dry weather person. I definitely, I don't know if it's because I did grow up majority, you know, most of it was in Florida. I don't know. But anyway, so all that to say, feeling great. I was thinking that I was going to have to, you know, kind of tweak how you do the last simulation, you know, part of that being the St. Jude Marathon, but I don't think I will. I think I will do it the way it's written and do 5 miles the day before 5 miles the morning before we drive to Memphis, wake up Expo day of Memphis, do 12 miles, and then go to Expo, and then do the marathon. And then if I'm able, I think I'll still be able to make that time goal, but if I'm not, it's okay. It's about finishing the 26, and I will be happy with finishing the 26 and completing the simulation the way it's written. And I'm saying that solely from the fact that I feel so good post 23. So our chapter this week from Run the Mile You're In. So it's week 21, so we're on week 20 in the book, which is called Love. And my word is such a sweet chapter, because what he talks about for the majority of the chapter is how he came to adopt his 4 daughters. It's a very detailed story, so I will encourage you either to buy this book or just go online and look up where he talks about how they went about finding the 4 girls from Ethiopia and all of that. It's such a sweet story. But what I did want to share is what he says at the end of the chapter, which kind of goes back to what I was saying last week about fear. So this is what he says. When I was competing, one of my favorite things about being on the starting line was that it felt like a blank slate. Anything was possible at that moment. And even if I was coming off my worst race ever, it didn't necessarily mean I was going to race poorly that day. Running, like living fearlessly, should always be fun. I love taking risks, and I love it even more when taking risks pay off. I'm even learning to love the lesson I learned when the risk doesn't pay off. When I was in high school and feeling the nerves before a big race, my dad, who was also my coach, used to tell me, we leave outcomes up to God. Those words always comforted me, because there is so much in running and in life that we don't have control over, results being one of those things. But we do have control over how we run, how we live, and what we're going to follow, love or fear. I would argue from my experiences that you never lose when you follow love, whether it be the way you run or choosing how you're going to build your family, because as the Bible says, love never fails. And that's from 1 Corinthians 13. So to relate that to how I'm feeling about Memphis, the way I want to do that week, the way I want to run that week is to do the simulation as written. And I'm not worried if I make my time goal or not, you know. I will be happy with the outcome because I know I gave my best. And I want to be able to do that simulation and feel confident in the multiple days going into Dopey. Because obviously at Dopey I'm not going to be running for any sort of time, but I want to know that I could go into 4 days of racing and enjoy every single one of those days, you know, to the best of my ability, because that's what it's about at Disney, is enjoying the character stops, enjoying the community and just all of that. So that's why I think I'm not going to change anything. I will do the simulations as written and know that I can go into Dopey with confidence. And, you know, so much of running, I feel like you can take lessons that you learn and put it into life, and just to not be afraid to take those risks. Oh my gosh, can you guys see what she's doing right now? She just rested her head on my shoulder. You are so sweet. Are you ready for a nap? Are you ready for a nap? She has her little paw on my arm. You can't see that probably. So anyway, just like last week, I encourage you, be it's like I said, you can say be fearless, but I think probably the more proper way to say it is to have courage. Courage being that you might be scared to do something, but you're going to do it anyway. And in that way, learn fearlessness. If that makes any sense. Y'all know what I'm saying. So I hope everyone's good. I hope everyone's long runs here at the end are at least giving you confidence, like I said, you know, to get to the 4 race start or 2 race start if you're doing goofy, or even just the 1 race, whatever your big race is that you're training for. Next week, I have some fun things planned. I haven't done a whole lot of it as much as I thought I would, but you know, I had certain things, certain cross-training exercises, if you want to call it that, to help fight the burnout, which I'm feeling a little burned out, but not as bad as I think by this point when I was doing goofy. But we've got a special hike we're doing next week. I did sign up for a turkey trot, and I was looking at my goal board. And I haven't been training for speed, but my current 5K goal that I have written over here is to complete a 5K with a overall 8:55 pace. The only problem is I think it's supposed to rain that day, and if it's raining, I'm not gonna make any of the sinus stuff even worse by running in cold rain. So we'll see. But if I actually do go out and do the turkey trot, I might try to push pace a little bit. That'll be I already knew that it was going to be my one good push run for the week as far as training. So those are the 2 big things, and of course Thanksgiving and all the glorious cooking that happens with Thanksgiving. I'm so excited. So be sure to give this video a like. Leave me a comment. What kind of fun stuff are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving? And be sure to subscribe. It only gets more exciting from here on out. Always remember that you are God's masterpiece, and I will see you next week for Thanksgiving.